I have returned. I have returned with snacks, water, and other things. Alrighty. I would like to go. I should maybe talk to Unalak. Yeah, whatever. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventure, how's the anime weapons coming along? Astro and Ember nodules. Maybe might be a foundry will have that here after. She's a jeweler by trade, but she works with crystals and in something to behold. Let me tell you. They say she can strip him of elements, charge him, and even with new ones. Even make him old and thin air. In out of thin air. If you can believe that as such. Can't vouch for the rumors myself, but her prophets may say plenty. She can be a bit of a prickly client, but you, being the warrior of life, and all, I'm sure your sparkling reputation will catch her eye, and like the crystals, she's so fond of. If you go upstairs, you'll find her out at the terrace. Vroom! Speed through the air! Higher. Even higher. The Warrior of Light. What a pleasant surprise. No need to be alarmed, my dear. It is my business to know all of Eorzea's treasures. By day, a material or mortal. But tell me, what do I owe the pleasure to? Astronomical nodules. My, I see you are a man of unusual tastes. Might I ask what you plan to do with such curious crystals? An essence akin to the soul. I suppose such perilous work would call for crystals as equally perilous. Well, you were wise to seek me out. I've dedicated my life to the study of crystals, and I cannot bear the thought of knowing that these are crystals I could not procure. Mind you, there are no mere baubles or trinkets you ask from me. Crystals of such purity are not easily come by, but to also be as rich in astral and umbral aspected energies, still with a proper material, I believe it can be done. It will require a great deal of aether, obviously, and of a certain persuasion. I'm informed that when a man falls in battle, a residual energy hangs in the air, in the aether long after his soul has returned to the life stream. This energy can use crystals in the vicinity with a purity not often seen in nature. A purity is essence of which you desire. I can use these crystals, illumination crystals I call them, to imbue empty ones with the astronomical energies necessary to create what you seek, but I will require one crystal for each element. They would not be easy to come by, and of that I assure you. You would likely have to scour every ilm of Eorzea to make. However, there may be one other way to acquire the aether we need. It it requires some of the rare sort, something of a rare sort, something much more precious than illumination crystals. And I mentioned before, it is my business to know all of Eorzea's treasures, and if the rumors are true, there exists a certain weapon of legend said to have supped on the souls of countless enemies. In fact, that certain great hero who wields one of those weapons is supposedly working with a young researcher somewhere beyond the sea of clouds. Though this is only what I have heard, I would not hold you to ransom on the strength of mere hearsay. Even so, the rumors of these weapons are not as easily dismissed. Embodiments of war, variable reserves of soul energy. If you were in possession of such weapon, creating these astral and umbral nodes would be child's play. Or you could simply collect the collect the required illumination crystals. I would assist you all the same. I leave the choice in your famously capable hands. Players who possess a Zodiac weapon Zeta may exchange it for both the astral and umbral nodes. Excalibur Zeta can be exchanged together with Aegis Shield Zeta. Please note, however, that the Zodiac weapon Zeta will be lost upon completing the exchange. Alternatively, players may acquire my Zodiac weapon's not even at Atmos, so I'm gonna do the thingy the hard way later. That's for off stream stuff. Now, back, you fiends. Back to the main story. Alright, let's go find Thancred. Dragon Man. Dragon Man. Who else could be could be who else could be Thancred? It could be Thancred. We must hurry. Oh, hello. Yes, I am having a good day. Or I'm tired. I'm not gonna stream for that much longer. Oh no! Echo power!
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Scions forever!
Oh, crap.
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Scion. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not! So you are the warrior of light, the savior of Eorzea. It's a wonder you didn't come sooner, what with the primal and all. Lost the step, have we?
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them? Not very sporting of you to interrupt. But so be it. Mark well our faces, warrior of light. For we are the warriors of darkness. Walkers of a different path. And we shall meet again.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
Thancred! Are you all right?
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Sound different? Hehehehe. Visions caught me unaware. I was unprepared for their attack, but I could have heard the colony chattering all around us. They were so loud, so unbearably loud. Do we need to sit down? I have water if it would help. Do you need to? We should be safe here. Our pursuers are not like to stray so far from the colony.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then... Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the live stream in the altogether. Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides. Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke?
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement. From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more.
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed Warriors of Darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the Warrior of Light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
Oh, they have the Echo. I know what you're thinking, but really, you needn't worry. It would only lend credence to my tale of heroism. Despite battle scars, besides, battle scars are to maidens what loose morals are to gentlemen. A definite bonus. This seems the nasty mystery of the axe wielding here has been laid to rest. I should have known better than to think Thinkred would ever stoop to using such a inelegant weapon. But then, how was I to know there was not one vagabond wandering the chocobo forest then, but two? He knew us. He knew you. Did he walk in our memories as we walked in his? Blessed with the power of the Echo and driven to put down the Primal, despite his declarations that they walk with a different path, I struggle to see how their goals conflict with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passingly strange that such exceptional individuals should have orally escaped our notice until now. Surely we would have heard rumors and attempted to recruit them to our cause. I recall not such adventures, and I have staff's going through your ear, Ashtola. I recall no such adventures, and I would not soon forget their like, nor would any of us, I think. Excuse me. One of our primary duties was to scour the city-states of promising candidates, which is how I found Gudrun. Ah, the memory is, it seems like only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I have the distinct impression that it was not the first time the band of merry men and women have killed a god. However, to believe that a band of preternaturally gifted adventurers has been traveling the lands slaying primals without our knowledge, it's implied gross negligence on our part. Speculations will avail us not. There's far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know. Namely that Lord Ravana is no more. But Ofnir must be informed. The news may render her more receptive of Sir Merrick's invitation. Shall we see to that? Since you seem to have affairs here well in hand, I shall take my leave. Simply being the vicinity of this colony is giving me a stinging headache. If you have need of me, I shall be with Master Matoya. I would beg her assistance in search for Menphilia. Wait, Menphilia is missing? I thought she escaped with Gudrak. I shall explain on the road. Much has happened in your absence. Go, ego, go! I have not thought to see thee again so soon, mortal. If thou seekest the night, know that she hath long since departed for Ishgard. No, my thanks, Vidofnir, but it was not for her that we came. We bring the tidings for you and yours. Lord Ravana, who has been summoned by the Nath, has again been laid low. Truly? Once more you mortals have succeeded where mine own kind did fail. Have my deepest thanks. Would that we could take credit, the god fell by another's hand. Another revelation upon revelation. Regardless, it is cause for celebration. The Nath would have no choice but to withdraw. But to another matter, I have tidings of thee as well. Regarding the Ishgardian invitation. As promised, I brought the matter to my sire. Hearken to his answer now. For 1,000 years have I mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thine king betrayed. Such was my lot, until a child of Ishgard came unto me. For want of warmth she wrapped herself in a dream, yet the world would remember her deeds for truth. She fought for justice. She sinned. For redemption she sacrificed and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions. But it is for woe, will or be it for woe. Such is the folly and the glory of man and of dragon. He halt, entrust the choice to us, as we have made it. We will keep faith with you to walk the light. Then you accept Sir Emeric's invitation? Let it be known that I, Vidofnir, shall journey onto Ishgard on behalf of my people. We are honored to receive your answer, and will convey your words to our allies without delay. It's happening, Isael. Would that you were here to see it.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another.
I don't get what the point of him wearing armor is if a dagger could just stab through it.
Honorable men, to whom Sir Emeric was no hero, but a scheming patricide.
Also, where are its guards?
Honorable men who would fain wash the paving stones of foundation with the tyrant's blood. Honorable men whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
I'm gonna go up until I unlock anti-tower and stop for today. Including the other one, I basically streaming for 4 hours. Alrighty. So you slew a handful of primals, chatted with the Emperor of Golemod, uncovered the truth behind a 1,000-year war, thwarted a megalomaniacal archbishop's ambitions, and then rode home on the back of the Father of Dragons. Does that about sum it up? Yes, Tancred. It's as absurd as it sounds. Fortunately, the journey afforded us ample time to brief Tancred on recent events. Right. Let us not keep Sir Emmerich waiting. Are you quite well, Tancred? Yes. Quite well. Forgive me. You have to give me rather a lot of discuss. This whole affair with the Ishgardians and Irvanians and our friends nowhere to be found. 'Twas seems there is no end to our troubles. We can but face them. We can but face them head on, one at a time. For now, we must apply ourselves to our allotted task and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Tancred, we found you as they found me. In time, we will find Yida and Papalimo and Stola as well. These troubles will soon be but a memory, one which we will look back on together. Pray do not misunderstand. I did not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I had rejoined our grand adventure at one of its more triumphant moments. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. But I have no doubt that we will enjoy many more glorious victories soon enough, and you may rest assured that I will play my part in them at the very cult. I know you will. So then, to the congregation. Helmet off! I'll run to the congregation, because why not? Special activation! Alrighty.
Yep.
This is a dark day for the Templar Knights, but I have faith that we shall overcome the trial. Reports of Gervanian assaults hammering us down without cease. I fear our keeping record of the devastation will soon be an impossible task. Oh good, you're back. Things got a bit heated while you were away. You have returned. It is at this least the fates are in this at least the fates are kind. Greetings, First Commander. It pleases me to inform you that Vidofnir has accepted Sir Emarek's invitation. She has? There are glad tidings indeed. Would that the Lord Commander were here to hear them. Ah, is he otherwise engaged? Aye, sleeping off a knife the gut. What? What happened? When will he live? The Churisian tells me he will make a full recovery, but had Lord Edmond and Sir Arturius not been on hand, when the assassin struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could land a telling blow. The attack was just the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flame. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been dousing the flames, but for every one we put out, it seems that 2 more starts up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Broom. 'Twas plain these fires were started by the assassins, conspirators. Until they had been rounded up, there will not be end of this. Will you help us find them? Then let us speak about it. Oh, it's gonna take a while before I get to the anti-tower. Then it'll be right away. Oh. Ingrid? Louis Swan once told me that man is all too willing to let his future be bound by his past. And time after time, I witnessed how desperately right he was. Depressingly right he was. In fact, depressing. Just as Sir Emeric risks his life to bring about lasting peace, as too will others wage all to preserve what they hold dear. The Archbishop may have fallen, but the legacy of his predecessors endure. Even if we had the same resources to combat the fire as them up in the pillars, we'd still be fighting a losing battle. You've seen the Bloom. All them narrow streets with wooden houses cramped together is kindling as what it is. Am I slaying or fending? Trying to remember. What am I doing? I have it right here. Ah. Oh god. Lord. Who wears this? Let me see who wears this. Strength, vitality, skill, speed. Vitality, skill, speed, and direct. I'm still very confused. One gives determination and one gives directed. Directed is what the one I should get. The flames are spreading. We must needs begin our investigations immediately. Witnesses must be found. Suspects must be identified. Have you been able to determine the person locations where the frames were set? Mayhap there is a pattern. If there is, we have yet to discern it. Flames have been reported throughout the city, in both the pillar and foundation. Indeed, given the size of the area affected, I think it best to divide our forces. Master Alphino and Mistress Yastrola, I would have you take charge of the investigation in foundation. As you wish. Mayhap Tataru can be of assistance as well. Meaning, Gudrak and me go get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, would the grizzled old rogue striking a pose there be joining us? Thinkrit of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I misspelled that in my title. I'm going to correct it and not think anybody would notice. Forgot the C. Nobody will know. Thinkrit of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. May I say what a pleasure it is to meet you, my lady? I'll bet. The name's Hilda. Ah, Scion, eh? Then there I was thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian among all these illustrious personages. I will remain here to coordinate the fire calling efforts. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately, that is all. Now break! Now break! Well, we could begin by through charred rubble and questioning random passers-by. In my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. Oh, aye, the infamous Lord Emmanuel the Fartont, lover of ladies and wine, though neither care for him that much. They say he could gossip for... He could gossip... They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion, Drek. He'll be at the Kozer most likely, making an effort to be seen. So let's go and find it. Grizzled, I accept. Grizzled, I would accept, but old? Greater teleportation! I think the only job story that most people wouldn't mind me not doing on stream would be the Paladin. Although I feel like I want to do all of them. So with all this, because I did that, oh, I still have so much to go. Let's see. I'll make a list. Ah, Master Tia, I fear Master Emmanuel has once more strayed from the path. As has so often been the case, his renewed enthusiasm for martial training gave way to frivolous and disinterest at the first sign of difficulty. Someone once said that a gentleman is rather than does, and in Lord Emmanuelin, I sense we have living proof. Well, go on then. Talk to the deaf sod. Well, if it isn't Gudrak, dearest of my friends. You're looking rather glum. Something the matter, old boy? Ah yes, the arsons. Dreadful business that, and awfully curious. Wouldn't you say? There didn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it at all. Naturally, we've doubled the guards outside the manor, although, along with most of the other houses, couldn't have the old piles go up in flames after all. Oh, in case you were wondering why the Hoplon is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been opened to those unfortunate souls who have lost their homes. It's Merrick's orders. From what I hear, a remarkable man. Not even a knife in his rib can keep him from his duties. Actually, old boy, if you were thinking of questioning the refugees, I should be more than happy to accompany you to Hoplon. While you conduct your inquiries, I can offer a word of comfort to the distressed and disposed young maidens. Wait a minute. I know what that is. You've given me one of your looks, aren't you? You do me an injustice, old boy. I would have you know my heart yearns for those who my heart yearns for but one rose, prickly though she may be. I sense you remain unconvinced. Very well, if it would help to prove the purity of my intentions, I will gracefully rescind my offer. Now run along and catch those arsons. That was not entirely what I have hoped for. Whose idea was it to come here again? Never mind. The next step, I suggest we divide our efforts. While you question the refugees in the hope Jack, I will investigate the area where the fires were set. Well, would you be so good as to join me, Hilda? You know what? I reckon I would. Couldn't have you roaming about out in an unfamiliar city by your lonesome, can we? You'd only get robbed blind and left shivering in your small clothes. They're being too friendly. Friendly? Yeah, I should just gonna go after this one. I'm just gonna stop playing. It's filled with determination. Oh, I believe this is the main bad guy for this patch. Come, my brothers and sisters, there's food and shelter enough for all in the Bastial. Alona's blessing be upon you, Father. I confess we were not sure if we could come. There are so many unbelievable tales these days about the Archbishop and Sir Emmerich and the Dravanians. Trust in your heart, brother, and pray no heed to lies of lesser men. They seek only to lead you astray. Do you require succor? Well, succor as well, sir. I have a giant lance on my back and I'm wearing killing armor. So, the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good. This madness has gone as far too long. Well, would that I could do something to aid you in your research, but I have a duty to those poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. Yeah, this man here, this is the bad guy, the one behind it all, I believe. Yep, it's this guy. There was a man with a satchel. I saw him kneeling outside the window, and then there was smoke everywhere. And it was so hot I couldn't breathe. I don't remember how I made it out. I suppose I might have climbed. Maybe my arms is getting better after all. Ours was one of the first houses to be claimed, but I didn't see how the fire began. It was only when I heard our neighbors shout that I looked outside and saw the flames. We barely escaped with the clothes on our back. Were it not for the church's generosity, I don't know what we'd do. The rendezvous. Tancred. And Hirda. Here, Thancred. Thank Hirda. Broomhirda. I am Brufhunter. I am terrible at that game, but I still love playing it. Finished, then? Ah, there you are. Anything to share? We would require more than the model testimony of a traumatized girl if we are to identify the culprits. While you were questioning the refugees, we inspected the scene of several of the fires, including one near St. Rominis' Cathedral and another near the Tribunal. For in mercy, Nearby structures suffered neither structure suffered significant damage. Some might say they were spared by the grace of the Fury. Others might question how such ruthlessly efficient arsonists can be contrived to fail so miserably on the two occasions where their targets were bastions of Iscardian orthodoxy. Nothing conclusive, of course, but it does look more. It does give one cause to wonder. Alphino would doubtless have an opinion. Hilda! Hilda! Oh, the bloom. Yeah, but the bloom. Belsar's Ball. Neil Van Donis. Will Traveler, do you understand that you are but one man in many? Do you not see the true darkness, the true evil? Robin? You should have seen the way Alphino tackled him. Good. Now that you are here, we can proceed with the interrogation. Silence will avail you not, sir. Ah, Gudrak. I was just about to summon you. As you can see, we have detained the suspect. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken the building. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fire broke out. We wish to have a word, he does not. So we insisted. Let me go, damn it. You've got the wrong man. My, but you reek of oil. And are these burns on your hands? An occupational hazard, I suppose. But tell me, does arson pay well? I'm a victim. You imbecile, look at me. Aye, that you are. After a fashion, you should know that your curious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrel slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you, but these highborn types rarely do show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you a rabbit and begged me to put you down. That Sparks, he's the one who told me to keep going. Even sinners such as me would find salvation in the Fury's work. He said I'd left it behind. Tried to, with all my heart. Said my prayers every day like a good man. But he came to me. There you have it, Hilda. Would you be so kind as to escort our friend here to the congregation? Aye? As long as you don't mind him limping when he gets there. It was incredible, Tancred. But how did you know he would confess? Well, I've seen his like before. A troubled soul manipulated by a man of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it worth the risk. And if our captain had called your bluff? Much we entertain hypotheticals, the world as it is vexing enough. Thank you, Tancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we have at last confirmed that these arsons are orchestrated by a person or a person of influence. I think it best that we now return to the congregation and discuss how best to proceed. Thank the 12 you've returned to us. But what happened to your old clothes? Ah yes, about that. You know how hard I worked on your clothes? The Temple Knights are interrogating the arsonists as we speak. God willing, we should have more information ere long. If we could have determined the motives behind these fires, not flies. Bit of a gambler, ain't he? Fine by me, as long as his luck doesn't run out. Oh, we're the same height, and I'm like really close to you. On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended is being interrogated as we speak. Though he fell silent upon realizing that we had not turned his master, he would soon tell us what he knows one way or another. Pardon the intrusion, First Commander. Ah, Lord Arterius. Are you come to see your father? He is attending Sir Emmerich in his chambers at present. I am. He bid me bring his self. Then do not let me detain you. And thank you for your kindness, my lord. In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Oh, would that I could do more. My lord Arterius does not seem to be in his best spirits. 'Tis little wonder, Master Alphinaud. His father is widely slandered as his half-brother not yet cold, and his half-brother not yet cold to the grave. One more look. Bending. Determination. I think fending is the er, I think fending is whatever. Go with the gut. Great. No more farewells. Not for a good while yet. At least. Now how desperately we cling to that which we hold dear, knowing all the while that a day will come when we must let go. It was not so long ago, was it? Past belongs to the dead. The future belongs to the future's ours to do with what we will. Hey.
I do not mean to diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
Far too many to count.
Lord Commander, your wounds.
Are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change. When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond. Refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
Ridiculous! I mean, do they honestly think that executing Sir Emmerich would change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
At once, Lord Commander.
Hilda, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets. I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphino, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
We are in your debt.
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander.
Your assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel. To arms then, friends. Time is against us.
Stand as Harshaphon is shield. Maybe you're his shield now. Alrighty, that's it for today. Or for now. Probably stream later today. I did stream earlier. I started at 9. 9 something. I'm trying to remember. Anyways. For people who stopped by, thank you for stopping by, and hope you can come by again for the next live stream, which is usually every day. Every day. Between 8. I start between 8 to 11 PST. And I usually go for 4 to 2 hours. Usually. And I've been trying to, start streaming even further before that. But, life. Well, anyways, if you're watching the VOD, thank you for watching the VOD. And if you can, again, come to the live stream, like and subscribe. Thank you.